Hello everybody, it's Philly Kuts with another comic book haul. We're up to number 70. You know where I come to you every week with my massively overpriced brand new comic books and talk about them. No big whoop. Whoa, messed that up there. It's okay. How you guys doing? Welcome to another week. I'm enjoying this cold, finally cold, January winter weather up here in upstate New York, Albany, New York to be exact. Let's get started. All right. First, I got the IDW DC crossover Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it's so correct with the Ninja Turtles opening up with a massive collection of pizza pie. Alright, this gets right where it left off. Last issue ended. There was a showdown between the Dark Knight and the Turtles. And you get a nice 3 to 4 page rumble in the jungle. I don't know how I'm feeling about the artwork in this by Freddie E. Williams II. I mean, Batman just looks, I know he's crouching there, right? But he looks like so short and stout. He looks like fucking E. Honda from the Street Fighter series. Now, I don't know. These guys get it on. They get ready to rumble. I'm not going to tell you how it turns out. Master Splinter even gets involved. But this appears to be a pretty straightforward story. Some kind of portal has been opened, an interdimensional portal that has put the Foot Clan into Gotham City. Bruce Wayne's got to figure it out. Shredder teams up with the Penguin, gets some assistance from him. All the while, Killer Croc is trying to swipe Batman's Batmobile. So, I don't know. I gotta see how it goes. I can't imagine that the Turtles are going to end up being enemies with the Dark Knight. I just can't see it happening. I don't know if their little squabble is gonna get resolved in this issue or not, but I just can't imagine that being an extended thing. Here's Shredder making an appearance. You know, maybe the artwork isn't all that bad. You know, very blocky, very bodybuilder-ish, hyper-steroidal. I mean, all comic books are like that. But this one seems to be taking it to the third power. So I don't know. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. I'll stick it out for another issue. I think it's a 6-issue or a 5-issue limited series, so we'll see how it goes. All right. Sticking with DC again, we got a variant cover for Batman Superman, and this is a coloring book variant cover. Look at that. Look at how intricate that is. It's pretty cool. I like that. Plain in the back, but voila, it's like you have another regular cover on the inside. So I'm going to keep this on here. I am not going to take off the coloring. But this is the start of a 3-issue story. The Vandal Savage story is ended for Batman Superman. That's now shifted over to Action Comics, and then I think it's going to shift back over to Superman. I don't know. It's doing that typical DC make the rounds crossover tie-in bullshit that causes you to have to buy more issues than you ever planned. But anyway, I'm enjoying that story. If you haven't gotten into the Vandal Savage story, check it out. This kind of is a throwback issue. It is a murder mystery. Superman discovers a murdered body, I believe, in all places on the moon. And this is a massive murdered body. Check that out. See that perspective there? Look at that face. And judging by the position, you could definitely see that this person's been pretty screwed up, and there's something scrawled in that crater. Almost looks like a Superman, Batman, like hybrid symbol, doesn't it? Anyway, Superman tries to figure out what's going on here. He recruits the help of Batman as normal in this story. I'm not sure if this is Clayface or not. There's one of the enemies that they face. But, lo and behold, Lobo makes an appearance in this book. The recently discontinued Lobo. So I'm looking forward to that. I actually enjoyed Lobo. I started picking it up because of a Sinestro crossover. So Lobo has something to do with this. There he is, rocking out with that hair. And it turns out that they tease that there is a lost Kryptonian. Apparently in this person's hand that was murdered, there's some kind of Kryptonian message. And it has to do with a lost Kryptonian. Now I'm wondering, could this be Supergirl? Are they setting up for Supergirl? Maybe, maybe not. Now this is written by Tom Taylor. He has done some work on Injustice that people have really liked, and I think Earth 2. I believe this is my first exposure to Tom. Interestingly enough, Tom Taylor has taken over the Green Lantern title. I believe Green Lantern Edge of Oblivion. He's taking over that as well. So I'm not sure. There could be some tie-ins in between there. Maybe, possibly. I don't want to spoil things, but just plant some seeds in your mind there. So there's some pretty strong implications in other issues. All right. Moving on. We're on to Catwoman, number 48. Man, Catwoman has great covers all the time. I'm definitely going to give props out to that. This has the new writing team and art team. Frank Thierry is doing the writing, and Anaka Miranda is doing the artwork. This is a big change from the Jill Valentine Catwoman, where we had Selena Kyle, Catwoman, running Gotham's underworld, you know, being a crime boss and all that comes with it. It was kind of a very slow burning story. I mean, slow burning. But it was good. I'm actually kind of missing it. But this has picked up pretty good. Catwoman is framed for a murder. It's actually a fence that she uses, a long-time fence. Last issue, I kind of explored their relationship a little bit. It seemed that they had a good connection with one another. Catwoman is being detained here by the police, or is she? I'm pretty sure she's going to get out of it. There's her murdered friend that she found sitting in a desk, throat slit. I'm not sure if he got a Colombian necktie or not. She's framed for this murder. She's got to get out of it. Lo and behold, she recruits the work of the Penguin. I guess the Penguin can help her out of this mess. There she is, confronting the Penguin. She threatens the Penguin. She's like, maybe I should commit a real murder right now with you. Kind of holds him hostage a little bit. Penguin doesn't really like that. He takes exception to that. And lo and behold, I know for sure Clayface is here, because Penguin says, Clayface! And Clayface starts to rough up the Catwoman. So I'll be very interested to see where that goes. I really like the artwork of Miranda in here. He does some very interesting things with some of the paneling, which is pretty cool. Which I like. The way his panels look. It's kind of unconventional. I don't know if there's a specific name for this style. But I like it. I'm feeling it. So it's kind of cool to see Catwoman back into adventuring. I'm really looking forward to that, and so far so good for the way this story's been going. I'm definitely appreciating it, and I recommend you check it out, peeps. Okay, we got Constantine, number 8, and the other thing that I'm loving this week with my DC books is that most of them are $2.99, and saving that dollar, it goes a long way. As little as $1 adds up, don't it, DSP? Alright, anyway, as little as $1, we got Constantine has to help Papa Midnight break back into his own club. I guess Papa Midnight owns this club that is a hot spot for the supernatural folks in NYC. That's where they get down and boogie. That's where they get down and gamble, do some dancing, hang some dead bodies from the ceiling. You know, no whoop. Swinging like chandeliers up there, the dead bodies. It's pretty cool. Imagine walking into a club and seeing that, man. You just feel like, whoa. Whoa. I saw a pretty scary dead body in the movie Sicario. If you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. it's a tremendous movie about the Mexican border and drug lords and cartels and the lengths that both our law enforcement will go to and the lengths that the cartels will go to keep in business. It's a pretty phenomenal movie. Anyway, that's probably for another video. But there is Papa Midnight right there. It's pretty cool, pretty badass. Him and Constantine have a lot of history. Papa Midnight helps out Constantine, saves his lover. If you didn't know, Constantine is bisexual, I believe. He saves his lover from this snake. Kind of cuts it off, hooks it up, cuts that skin python right off him. And they got to go back into Papa Midnight's club and save some artifacts from this man, Mr. Rumor. Now, Mr. Rumor, it seems, may be responsible for this increase in supernatural activity that's been happening in NYC since the start of this reboot. So it'll be interesting to see what this guy, Mr. Rumor's intentions are. They got some great-looking devil creatures, devil guys in here. I'm loving their horns. Kind of reminds me of Hellboy a little bit. Just much thinner, much ganglier, lankier Hellboys. So that's pretty cool. I love the artwork by Riley Rosimo. And of course, in the coloring by Ivan Palencia, they did some work on Images Rasputin, a comic book that I just can't seem to stop talking about as much as I disliked it. But it's my only reference point, people. So check out Constantine. If you haven't, on Netflix, the 2005 Constantine that starred Keanu Reeves as Constantine is out on Netflix. I suggest you check it out, man. It was pretty good. I watched it again, and I didn't realize it was a pretty good movie. It has a very young Shia LaBeouf in it, who plays kind of a sidekick, an understudy to Keanu Reeves' Constantine. But the movie for 2005 actually had, very good special effects, man. I was pretty impressed. And it can kind of give you sort of a little primer of, what Constantine is all about. If you just kind of feel like watching a cool movie. Great special effects, great monsters, good story. Big thumbs up from me. Check it out. Okay. Now, this is Tom Taylor's other work that he's starting up this month. Green Lantern Corps Edge of Oblivion. And there's a great shot of the Green Lantern Corps. Kilowog, John Stewart. Some fish guy I don't know. B-Dig the Squirrel was absent from this photo. I can't believe it. There's Guy Gardner. I think you got 2-6 in there. This picks up right where the other Green Lantern's story, Lost Army, left off. So they're in another universe in another time. That universe is like imploding. They got to get out of there. They want to get home. That's pretty much the juxt of this story. Tensions are flaring. The Green Lantern Corps is on this planet right now, and the planet, there's some nefarious things going on in this planet. It's not completely safe. They're getting upset with one another. This is great. There's B-Dig, okay? He is a squirrel. He is a Green Lantern. He is a squirrel. He starts to pick a fight with all people of Guy Gardner. The Green Lantern turned Red Lantern. Guy Gardner kind of doesn't take it very seriously. They got to call in Kilowog to kind of separate them. Kind of cool. So there's some humor in this. It's pretty cool, pretty funny. There's some new characters introduced in here. A new race of characters. Let me see if I can get you a shot here of them. There are these nefarious looking guys here that have kind of like black jaws. It's like they have these half faces, and they're pretty massive. They're pretty big. They come in at first as threatening, but then they kind of befriend the Lanterns a little bit. I mean, this guy fucks up Kilowog, and Kilowog, who is known as the drill sergeant of the Green Lantern Corps, he's tough, dude. He is not a weakling. He is not a wimp. They give him a run for his money, but they take the Lanterns to this lost city. The last city, a gleaming utopia. Now, I don't know if they're going to be put through some kind of tournament or what. There's a better view of them. I don't know if they have some sort of alternate universe Yellow Lantern thing going on. Kind of is reminding me a little bit of Sinestro's daughter, Cernak. Can never say her name right. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. So Tom Taylor taking over the duties at the pen from Cullen Bunn, who I thought Cullen Bunn did a pretty good job on Lost Army. It wasn't bad. And then the longtime artistry of, oh my lord, what is this dude's name? The longtime artistry of Ethan Von Sciver. He's done a lot of work in the Green Lantern universe. I think he did a lot of stuff with the Sinestro Wars. He's definitely done a lot of work on the current Sinestro comic book. Just a very highly detailed style of art. I like it. I'm feeling it. It's a pretty big departure from the artwork in the Lost Army. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. I think it was a Latino guy that was doing the artwork there. That had a great style too, but I'm pretty happy with the change. All right, so 2 issues this week from Image Comics. I got Descender number 9, which has been a great, great book. If you're into robots, if you're into great family drama, check this book out, okay? Jeff Lemire is writing an excellent book. This is in a world where robots have become officially outlawed because 10 years prior, these massive, giant robots, I gotta say, think Pacific Rim to the 25th power, massive robots came descending in on this galaxy and just started wiping people out, billions upon billions of people. They eventually, the humans kind of got things under order again, straightened things out a little bit, and they went all hysterical and said, we got to get rid of all robots. Tim 21 is the main character in this book. He is a boy robot who was on a mining colony. I love the artwork here by Dustin Gwynn. There he is, Tim 21. He's meeting another robot, Tim 22. So they look identical. He was left abandoned on a mining colony moon. His family gone. Dead. He was stranded on that moon for years. Years. He has like a pet robot dog. Just one thing that Jeff Lemire can write, and he can really pull you in very quickly. He's also doing work on Plutonia right now. And he has a very good way of writing dialogue. It's just very natural. Pulls you in, sucks you in. It really pulls at your emotional heartstrings. Another big story that's going on in here is that Tim 21's brother, Andy, who for one reason or another survived on the moon. I don't know if he left that moon early where everyone else died, where Tim 21 was chilling for a couple years. But Andy has become a bounty hunter for robots. And he is hunting his brother, Tim 21. So pretty cool. So you have that whole underlying story going on here. You also have the creator of Tim 21, who is somewhat of a fraud. He was an understudy of this other professor of robotics and stole some of his work for his own. And he admitted in like a few issues back that he is a fraud. So you have that kind of deep storyline going on. It's pretty good. Andy, Tim 21's brother, is paired up with another bounty hunter, this pile of lips-looking guy. Lips with eyes. He's kind of paired up with this bounty hunter. And they're on like an adventure together, an odd buddy story. A common trope used in comic books. But it works. Anyway, Tim 21, Quan the professor who was the fraud, and another woman who I can't remember her name, Telso, they arrive on this planet that is actually the home base of the robot resistance. So it'll be real interesting to see how this robot resistance reacts to them. Are they going to take them under their fold, or is there going to be tension between them? Like I said, Dustin Gwynn's artwork is just very unique. It's kind of like this pastel-y, watercolor kind of stuff here. It's kind of like De Goya in a little bit. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of something I would see in an FIT, Fashion of Institute of Technology scrapbook. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I used to date a girl that went to FIT. My lord. That was a long time ago, though, but I did. All right, Birthright. Image. Joshua Williamson of Nailbiter fame, of Ghosted fame. The high fantasy of Mikey, the boy in a scrapping man's body. Present day, Conan the Barbarian. The story continues, and there's major plots and twists. If you like plots, twists, and turns, you'll like Birthright. Joshua Williamson definitely weaves some good turns in the road. In particular, you have Kalen, who's actually the lead investigator on this case. You gotta remember, Mikey's was a little boy when he went missing. He disappeared for a year. When he left, I don't know, he was about like 4 or 5. I can't quite remember. He's a little tight, holy shit. A little tyke. He was a little tyke. And he comes back like fucking Hercules, man. Wielding a sword. There's his older brother, but he's now little. You get what I'm saying? Because in this guy's time, only a year has passed. I hope I'm explaining this, man. There's dudes that are after them, that want to kill them. Mikey is possessed by this force. I think it's called lore. Mikey has the lore inside of him. Is it controlling him or not? We're kind of a little hazy on that. How much does the lore entity control Mikey? We don't know. We don't know for sure, but that's what makes this story compelling. Mikey ends up scrapping with one of these villains, the mages. I believe this guy's name is Federico. No, it's Samuel. They fight in downtown Chicago. Now, I've been to Chicago. I don't know how accurate of a representation this is of Chicago. It's actually not accurate at all. I do not get feelings of Michigan Avenue when I'm looking through this. I'm like, oh shit, that really does look like Michigan Avenue. It doesn't, but let's pretend that it is in Chicago. That's where they say it is. These guys duke it out. I'm just going to say that Mikey just does not seem very prepared, man, in this battle here. He's just not up to par, man. This guy, Samuel, does some damage. I'm just going to leave it at that. Little big bro has to kind of pull some strings, get Mikey out of it, and then it will continue from there. So, Birthright, man. Lots of twists and turns are being promised and delivered in this book as well. So I suggest you check it out, all right? And then finally, Artist of the fucking month, Artist of the year right now for me. I opened up this book. I did not know this was going to be happening. We have Santiago Caruso doing the artwork in this book. Mike Mignola has praised this guy. This is the creator of Hellboy. He's co-writing this story with Scott Allen right now and Abe Sapien. This is a one-shot deal, kind of like a flashback story. This guy on the front here is Gustav Strobl. And then you see that book, he's got a book of witchcraft and demonology. This is his backstory, folks. This guy has been to hell and back again. And it goes over the whole story of why he wants to do that, why he wants to have a position at the right hand of the devil when this fucking apocalypse that's going on right now with the Ogru Hem popping out of the ground like fucking Pop-Tarts and American toasters every morning. That's a lot of Ogru Hem, you know what I'm saying? That is a lot. I'm trying jokes this week anyway, whatever, okay. Shit's going to hell in Abe Sapien's universe. But this artwork is phenomenal, man. You want to talk about De Goya-esque? When it goes in the past here, because there's two storylines going on here. You have Abe Sapien, and then you have this going on in the past with Strobl. I love this etching style of artwork. It just looks great. And there are just sinister looking pages and panels in here. Very intricate. Mike Mignola likened it to like a puzzle. He said, you know, that you're going to be picking up on little things here and there. Great details. And I'm sorry, my camera is not giving this justice. But I got to tell you, it's phenomenal. Excellent looking beasties. Scary stuff, man. I mean, I'm going to really try to slow it down here so you guys can get a good look. Let me get some more panels here. I usually don't spend that much time on the artwork or the artist, but this guy, Santiago, has really fucking hit it out of the park, and it is just so different than anything that's ever been in a Mignolaverse book. And I hope that this guy is going to stay on for other work. I mean, I have a feeling that because this is like a one-shot book, that's it. It's going to be one and done. But I would love to even see this, you know, style popping up in, say, a Hellboy title. You know, a Hellboy in Hell. Although that is wrapping up, I think, very shortly. But maybe in BPRD, oh no, that also is wrapping up very shortly. I don't know. Maybe if like BPRD reboots, or I could just be completely wrong because I didn't do my homework, obviously, and maybe he is going to be sticking around in more Abe Sapien books. But look at the fucking mark of the beast in this. Guys with horns. I mean, this just looks great, and it looks so creepy, man. That guy looks like Phantom of the Opera right there. I can't wait to read this. This is definitely going to be the first book that I'm reading this week for sure. You even got little demon babies picking apart this corpse. I mean, it's just nasty stuff. That looks like a lizard baby. There was this show in the 80s called V, and it was about this reptilian race of aliens that invaded Earth. They had these like plastic, like latex, the special effects were so bad, but like latex faces, and you could peel off their face and there'd be a lizard underneath. This dude looks like the Offspring. There was a character in that series that had, you know, sex with one of the aliens. They reproduced a baby, and it was like this reptilian human hybrid, and that's what this dude looks like here. That's working on the toes of that person. Pretty nasty. And those alien people would eat like rats and stuff, and that was just such a weird show, man. It was in the 80s, V. If you've never heard of it, I tell you, check it out. Okay, and then last look, he actually does a little bit of Hellboy there. Which I'm feeling it, man. I am loving this, man. This is fucking De Goya. This guy draws like De Goya, man. And then take a look at Abe Sapien. Get a good look at Abe Sapien. I think that might be the best looking, most eerie looking Abe Sapien I've ever seen in my life, man. Look at that. That is just so creepy, and I could just, you know, it just adds a whole new layer and dimension to Abe Sapien. So anyway, I'm sorry I spent so much time on the artwork, but I really wanted you guys to see the pictures. But Abe Sapien, number 30, the life and times of Gustav Strobl. All right, guys, that's it. That's been another episode of the Hump Day Haul, number 70 in the books. Let me get the cover of the week. And believe it or not, after all that praise, it is not going to be Abe Sapien because someone else did the cover. I think Sebastian Fumiara, who also does great artwork, did the cover, but he didn't do it. He didn't capture me this time. I think I'm going to go with the Green Lantern Corps Edge of Oblivion. It's just nice to see so many members of the Green Lantern Corps together again. Alright, guys. I'll see ya. Peace.